What's happening? Let's make the magic.
I gotta tell you, I'll start with you, Jason. I saw the first episode. Wow, blew me out of my chair.
Okay.
So you're producer,
Yep.
you're directing, you're starring. What is it about Ozark that made you want to be so gung-ho involved in it?
These first two scripts that were written by Bill Dubuque were just like two of the best scripts I've ever read, and I asked them if they would be open to letting me kind of oversee the whole thing and even direct all the episodes, and they said yes after some long meetings, and it just seemed like a formidable challenge for me, and I'm sort of a glutton for hard work nowadays. Because there's really nothing else I dive into anymore.
I was surprised by how edgy and dark it was. I mean, there's some shocking moments in the first episode. And so talking about Wendy, your character, and Marty, you guys are on the surface this really nice suburban couple, but in reality you're duplicitous and they're up to a lot of bad stuff. So talk about the chemistry you two have working together and getting to that point as husband and wife. Bad guys, good guys.
Well, the chemistry is just a simple, nice byproduct of a couple of people that I guess were brought up well.
Helps, right?
Like him.
Yeah, I think nice people get along, and we've got a whole set full of them there. So it's a really nice environment, and the good guy, bad guy kind of thing. I mean, we're not. This isn't Bonnie and Clyde. We're not bad guys. We're a couple of people that have cut a couple of corners, and now we kind of got to pay the bill. And it's not like we've done something real mustache twirly. It's, to me, what was really interesting and compelling about the overall premise of the show is, what if you, the sane, highly functional audience member, who probably has only ever been arrested, if at all, for maybe getting overserved one day. In other words, just normal, upstanding citizen. What if you just made a slightly illegal decision and really kind of thought you could get away with it? Like, you checked all the boxes, like, I think I can get this done, and it would really serve my family well. In other words, you were smart enough and arrogant enough to justify a bad decision. That to me was what was really tangible, relatable, and could be compelling for an audience.
Well, it comes back to roost pretty hardcore for you guys, as our readers and watchers will see. So let me ask you, I mean, obviously you've had a tremendous career working with a lot of great people. You're working with a fine actor here who's now directing.
Yeah.
What's it like?
A much better actor than people give him credit for.
He's tremendous.
These
No,
people,
it's true.
these people.
What's it like to take notes from each other? I mean, are you collaborative? I mean, what's his directing hat like?
He's a fantastic director. He is. You are.
Thank you.
You are. He's not just a good director. He's a really good director, and it is a joy to work with him, to be around him. It's just, and it's why I wanted to do the show in the first place. I wasn't looking to do television. The script was great. We had a long talk about it because I was like, I don't know if this is really what I want to do. And I thought about it for a while, and I was like, what am I thinking? This is a fantastic person, and let's figure it out.
It was like such a scary meeting, not because she's
Oh,
scary
for
to
God's
talk to,
sake.
but scary just. I remember, like, it was yesterday. We had breakfast, and I basically just pitched her what I would hope to do with the show, and how obviously important she would be in where the place I wanted to take it as far as quality goes, and what her contribution and participation would mean in getting there. And I just knew if she said yes, it would be like 95% of the work's done right there. Even as far as just recruiting. Recruiting cast and crew, Laura's a part of the show. It says that, oh, it's going to be that kind of show as opposed to this kind of show. And it was a great thing that she lent us.
You guys know this, everything you do is basically going to be in a venue, and there's lords and masters that have their say in how things are going to be.
Yeah.
But with Netflix now, I mean, they're putting up so much great stuff. And like I said, the first episode blew me out of my chair. I can't wait till the 21st. I'm going to gobble it all up in a binge watch. I mean, what's Netflix like to deliver a show to? I mean, how are they different than a studio or HBO or something?
Well,
very supportive.
they have a reputation for being, smart enough, quite frankly, to let the people who they hire do what they know how to do. And you hear a lot of people sort of pander to that philosophy and say that that's what they're going to do, and it actually doesn't happen. But Netflix actually does. At least from my experience, they hire very, very good people who know what they want to do, who are qualified enough to try and execute that. And then they oversee, but they don't interfere. They let you do what you want to do and finish it out. And then they come in with very, very good suggestions and notes.
And when they've got something to say, it's not
They
to
say it.
steer it towards the version that they want or that they always imagine the show would be.
No.
It's always in consideration of what you seem to be trying to do and the
Yes.
version of the show that you seem very passionate about making. They help you get that done, which is, really generous.
Very cool. All right, so my last question is, Jason, you're known for your comedy for decades and decades, and obviously you've been very multifaceted over your career. Are you kind of
As
worried?
opposed to him.
Well, I'm not saying that. But I say that when people think of
Pony's
Jason,
got that trick down.
this is the warm up, right? But when people think Jason Bateman, they think of humor and comedy,
Yeah.
right? So you're looking forward to being like, hey, this is me doing some stuff you haven't seen me doing. Were you kind of relishing
Yes
that opportunity?
and no. I don't want to overblow that because the characters that I'm really drawn to play live pretty close to the middle anyway. Just a little line here or a line there or on the next page here or there. He's going to end up doing something that's kind of funny or kind of dramatic. I'm not one of these comedians that you pay money to go see them do their thing. The Will Ferrell vehicle. I can't do what Will does. That guy's a genius. Nor can I do what Daniel Day-Lewis does. So I don't think there's much of a difference, at least not for me creatively, between the comedic genre and the
What
dramatic.
people tend not to understand, from my experience, is that a really good actor is a really good actor.
Right.
And that their range is much larger than people allow them to experience. And Jason is always someone who I've seen, and Hugh Grant is another one also. Hugh and Jason are two people who I've always looked at and said, there is much more there. You can smell it, you can just sense it. And Hugh was starting to do more dramatic work, which I was very, very happy to see, and to be a part of this and to let Jason sort of explore this other side of himself that I think has just been hibernating has
Thank you.
been really a joy.